Do you even realize that your unbalanced hormones are the cause of most, if not all, of the problems in your life? And I'm not just referring to our health issues. Unbalanced hormones affect our productivity, moods, mindset, decision making, and in essence, our entire lives. Coming to this realization could cause feelings of stress or panic. It's like finding out that you need to fix your hormones is yet another task to add to the never-ending list of things to do and improve about yourself in your 20s. Even admitting your feelings of stress can feel like accepting defeat in a world that overlooks peace and ease for toxic resilience and hustle culture. Although trialing these daily habits and practices that I'll be sharing in this video could be tedious at first, I've found that they've slotted nicely into my routine, and I believe all of you could successfully adopt some of these practices too. Nothing is more therapeutic and peaceful than walking. This is my meditation. Being in a meditative state on a regular basis reduces stress and in turn aids in balancing your hormones. To me, anything that allows you to be reflective and receptive to the world around you, the natural elements, and the implicit messages from the universe is meditation. When I walk, I make a point of doing so without headphones. I want my ears to be receptive to the messages. On my walks is where I'm blessed with insights, thoughts, new ideas, and inspiration, as well as the endorphins that are produced from moving your body. I will always tout the benefits of journaling on this channel. It doesn't have to be structured or regimented. From journaling since I was a child, I have found that it has increased my self-awareness. The more you write, the more you are able to identify patterns and behaviors, and it reminds you of that saying, "This too shall pass," when you reflect on past problems that have solved themselves. Research suggests that journaling disperses serotonin and dopamine throughout the system, as we feel rewarded when committing to writing, and having a space to express ourselves makes us feel good. Yoga makes me feel good too. Doing a yoga flow increases endorphins, which acts as natural painkillers, and I definitely feel that as I flow through each pose and loosen any tight muscles. Like many other forms of exercise, it reduces our stress levels and boosts our moods. But I believe what I love most about yoga is that it doesn't have the added pressure of the results that going to the gym might have. I don't do yoga because I want tighter abs or rounder glutes, although those things might be a byproduct as you practice yoga consistently. I truly do yoga because of how good it feels in my body. For those of us in our 20s, a main source of our stress comes from our phones and social media. What has been useful for me to reduce my stress hormone is having unapologetic digital boundaries. To me, this means a multitude of things like not participating in group chats, selectively using social media, never watching the news, deleting old text threads or phone numbers. I've come to this conclusion that being a part of a group chat really doesn't resonate with me. As I seek honest conversation and genuine connection, I prefer literally being in someone's presence. I find that with group chats, there are so many different dynamics to consider. People communicate so differently, and so there's always the potential of your messages being misunderstood or worse, ignored. Many of the group chats I used to participate in across multiple platforms when I was younger were in some part entertaining, but largely a breeding ground for drama, conflict, and unnecessary stress. Maybe this is quite a unique source of stress, or maybe something people might not want to admit to having, as it makes you seem like you're overly sensitive, picky, or pathetic. But it's my truth. This is why I like to clear old chats, delete phone numbers, and even remove followers from my social media, because for me, once you're out of sight, you're out of mind. And that lowers my stress and brings me peace. I think it's very useful to be honest and to identify what stresses you pertaining to social media and put the necessary boundaries in place, even if they sound minor to others. Lowering your stress will help balance your hormones overall. What we feed ourselves, what our diet consists of, has a direct impact on our hormones and consequently our mental health and well-being. I drink 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar diluted into a glass of water every single morning to refresh my system and reset my body's pH balance. I like the taste, and I drink it warmed up and through a straw. I've been practicing intermittent fasting for close to a year, and it's the only style of eating I can see myself sustaining into the future. Its benefits are most notable when paired with a ketobiotic diet, which consists of no processed food, high protein, and lots of healthy fats. Eating within parameters may seem restrictive, but I find it quite the opposite. Having so much choice and being able to eat what I want left me in a state of decision fatigue. I'm definitely in my productivity and efficiency era, and being careless with my diet actually wastes a lot of time. When you become sluggish because you had fast food, or getting a sore throat and a cold because of the inflammation caused by an excess consumption of sugar, I don't have time for it. I'd rather aim for optimum health with my eating. Also, this hasn't been scientifically proven, but I'm sure having well-presented food releases dopamine and any other gratifying hormones. I have specific bowls I like to eat out of, my favorite spoons and fork. I like arranging the foods in a beautiful way, and I literally spend time analyzing the beautiful plate of food before devouring it. The array of colors, the shapes, the textures, I love it all. It makes it taste even better. Just because I follow a healthy diet doesn't mean I can't have a treat. My go-to treat is homemade popcorn. Making it myself means I can ensure the ingredients are organic and still fit within my keto diet, so I don't have to upset my hormones when indulging in comfort food. Oxytocin, the cuddle chemical. It's the hormone associated with love and bonding, and I read in a book that it's something women need even more than men do. Community. So the easiest way for me to receive high amounts of oxytocin is by spending quality time in the presence of people I love. And for me, that is my sisters. It's been said that oxytocin calms our stress hormone cortisol, which in turn regulates the other essential hormones and chemicals in a woman's system: insulin, progesterone, testosterone, and estrogen. I find that I often encounter people that are really fascinated with the bond that I have with my sisters and how we are able to operate as a unit. I think I was even blind to how necessary and powerful it is to have a cohort of cohesive, supportive individuals in my life. Of course, in order to facilitate such a sisterhood, communication, transparency, trust, respect, and unconditional love is needed. Constant work is needed. You can get oxytocin in other ways, like laughing, hugging, yoga, meditation, being in a state of gratitude, essentially anything that evokes a feeling of depth, meaning, and connection. But humans thrive in community, so I think in one way or another, we should all strive to be in a form of community, whatever that looks like for you. I also like the idea of being in communion with yourself in order to attract your community or widen an existing network. In my opinion, some of the key components for fulfilling and successful community are integrity, honesty, duty, responsibility, and accountability. So in reference to my aforementioned point, being in communion with oneself is about living your life with integrity, honesty, a sense of duty and responsibility, and holding yourself accountable so that you can attract a community to you and strengthen your existing community. Online interactions can also be considered when we discuss community. You know, when you watch your favorite YouTubers and listen to your favorite podcasts, you feel connected to the host, especially if you've been following their journey for a long time. Again, I can't prove what hormones are being released, but I know that my highlight of Monday is watching Horrible Decisions in bed. I like having activities and things that I can appreciate and enjoy in my solo time. Having a calming routine to close out your day is settling to the nervous system and assists our body's natural circadian rhythms. This is the hardest practice for me to consistently follow, but I try my best to stay away from my phone and my laptop right before I sleep. It can be tempting because of years of background stresses that have convinced me that I need to sort out things right until the last moment before I go to bed. I'm reprogramming my mind to understand the importance of rest and restoration as part of the productivity cycle. You cannot create from an empty cup. Rest, grace, and compassion are how you fill your cup. If your algorithm is on the holistic health side of TikTok, I'm sure you've heard about the healing powers of castor oil. I heard massaging castor oil on your abdomen could help with period pains, and so when my period came this month, although I'm thankful to be having regular periods again, the first day cramps were truly treacherous. As I've mentioned before on my channel, I've suffered with period-related problems since the age of 10 or 11, heavy bleeding, excruciating cramps, irregular periods, going months without periods, and nausea. Over the last couple of months, I've been able to successfully have periods every month, so my next objective is to make them painless and pleasant. Full transparency. Even after the castor oil massage, the cramps were some of the worst pain I've had in years. So maybe it's a thing where I would need to use it consistently to see results over time. I'm going to continue trying this method on a consistent basis and see if it helps with my hormone issues. My belief is that our bodies work and are in constant communication with us. So I'd rather understand why I'm feeling pain than mask the root issue with taking painkillers or the contraceptive pill, for example. Although hormones are key factors in our lives, we don't have to fall victim to hormonal imbalances. By minimizing our stress through daily habits and routines, taking an invested interest in what we consume both literally and digitally, and surrounding ourselves with people that make us feel good, balancing your hormones will become an easy and integrated part of your life.